Hello, my name is Kim Harvey, and I am blessed to be the Director of Congregational Care and Spiritual Formation here at Mount Tabor United Methodist Church. I am standing in our beautiful prayer room upstairs across from the elevator, so if you haven't had a chance to visit lately or you've never been, do yourself a favor and come up here. It's a great place to just sit quietly and reflect. You know, Jesus was asked, "What is the greatest commandment, Lord?" And his response was this: "First of all, love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. And the second is this: love your neighbor as yourself." You know, as I reflect on that, loving the Lord with all our heart, soul, and mind reminds me of how important our relationship and walk with Jesus is. Spiritual formation encourages and supports this. Spiritual formation is the process of being open to the work of the Spirit, of the Holy Spirit, to shape our life so we can be more like Jesus. And being willing to allow God to do this work is a lifelong process. And to do this, we have to be intentional and engage in spiritual practices. Now, due to the generosity of your giving, we have opportunities to do this work. Sunday school, small groups, Bible study, band of brothers, life groups, lunch and learn, retreats, resources, all these things are supported by your generosity, and they help us in our journey, in our walk with Jesus, and really help us grow in our relationship and be all that God created us to be. Now, your tithes and offerings also support the ministry of congregational care, being able to take care of our members and love and support them through good times and bad. Some of those things include prayer ministry. We have a very active prayer chain. When you submit your prayer request, this prayer chain prays very faithfully over each and every request. We also have people who create beautiful prayer shawls that we can give to people to remind them that they're being covered in prayer. We have a wonderful homebound ministry that keeps our members who are now homebound connected to the life of the church and reminds them that they are being prayed for and thought about and loved. Our quilting ministry makes beautiful quilts that are given to babies and graduates and others that just need to be reminded that their church is thinking of them. And we have wonderful support groups like Divorce Care and Grief Share that do amazing ministry to help people during some of the most difficult times of their life. When a baby is born in our congregation, we have a committee that will place a rosebud in their honor on the altar in worship to welcome this new one into our church family. Your generosity also helps us to be able to support people during times of illness and surgery, cancer, life transitions, and caregiving. So thank you so much for being a generous church. Thank you for your support. We are all blessed to be a blessing. Thanks be to God.
This message has been brought to you by the Stewardship Committee due to your continuing generosity.